football. But will it be enough to help to distance themselves through an elite class of all-stars? Today, it's an opportunity for a select few young men to prove that they are ready to use that dedication and desire to help take their dreams one step further. They're all here in Montgomery, Alabama today for the very first Raycom College Football All-Star Classic. Fun for the players and the fans alike here on CBS Sports Network, and the Stars and Stripes all set to go, and only fitting that they call Montgomery the capital of dreams. Great players on the field, outstanding coaches on the sidelines. One of them just happens to be a birthday boy. Happy number 69, Coach Dan Reeves, head coach of the Stripes. 9 Super Bowls he was a part of as a player, assistant coach, and head coach. On the other side, coaching the Stars, Coach Jim Bates, longtime defensive coordinator in the NFL. He led us into the locker room as he addressed his team moments ago.
We go out and execute. Hey, control the ball, no turnovers. Let's turn it over on defense. Let's play hard. That is the biggest thing. And the way you practiced on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, there is no doubt you're going to play hard. Let's play together. Let's have fun. Enjoy the game. And let's take this game today and take it to them right from the get-go.
Let's go.
Ready? Okay. Bow your heads.
At the Bates' household, it's time for dinner.
Yeah, that's right. And then and Jamesy, eat your mashed potatoes. Yes, that's my dad, Jim Bates. Proud of him, a great football coach. I'm James Bates Jr. This is Corey Chavis, all-pro defensive back. Spent 11 years in the NFL and a lot of time analyzing these drafts way before you were a player. My dad, the coaching staff on both of these teams have had so much fun this week, Corey, because of the passion of these kids that have practiced so hard.
Yeah, and you come in, James, and right away you have to adjust to not only a new coaching staff, but new teammates. And the continuity that you develop, not only on the field, but off the field, oftentimes determines whether or not you're going to have a successful week and then a successful game.
And a brand new game it is, and a great opportunity for a lot of these kids who maybe not only playing on television for the first time, but more importantly, playing shoulder to shoulder with some of these guys from the Alabamas, from the Oregons of the world, and they're getting a chance to see how they stack up.
Well, it's a chance for finally you to show that your style or the division that you played in does not matter. What really matters is your skill set individually. And I think you'll see some of those players that we're pointing out right now get that opportunity to show it here again today.
Well, all divisions are represented here today. With more on that, the third member of our crew, Lauren Gardner.
Well, yeah, James, absolutely. A wide range of programs being represented here at today's game. 22 players out of the SEC, and on the other side of the spectrum, 11 Division II players, including Brad Davis, defensive lineman out of Elizabeth City State University. Davis, the first player in the program's history to be invited to an all-star game. So, guys, obviously a lot of pride here for both Elizabeth City and Davis today. And, Corey, your time in the NFL, how common was it to be playing alongside a guy out of the Division II program?
Well, Lauren, it wasn't all the way common. You didn't have it too much. The best player I believe I played with, kind of like him, is Ron McKinnon. Went to North Alabama, right down this way.
Gentlemen, congratulations on your selection to the All-Star game. Stars have been designated as the visiting team to call the coin toss. Mr. Sincere,
That's referee Alan Eck leading the NFL officials.
Tails has been called.
Here today. Tails is the call.
It is heads. Mr. Johnson, you won the toss. You want to defer. You want the ball, correct? Which way would you like to kick? The Stripes have won the toss and will defer to the second half. The Stars will receive. Good luck, gentlemen.
All right, and we're set to go deferring Kelly Johnson. Alabama Crimson Tide national champion coming back from South Florida. And It was Notre Dame winning and deferring for those interested in that national championship game. Today's rules, NFL rules for 15-minute quarters, 15-minute halftime. There will be 2-minute warnings in the first half and second half. No overtime, no official review. Everything else you could imagine with an NFL game, Corey. 2 feet down on the catches for the receivers and defensive backs as well. But since this is an all-star game, and since it is more about finding out what these young men can and cannot do, it's been dumbed down, if you will, quite a bit. Very simple football when you talk about the special rules for this game. And an absolutely beautiful afternoon. 61 degrees here in Montgomery as we get set to kick. And we expect more of the same all day long here on a Saturday afternoon. So glad to have you with us for the very first Raycom College Football All-Star Classic.
Kicking off the device, number 5, Jeremy Shelley. It's time for the Raycom.
Another player from over in Tuscaloosa, the University of Alabama, set to kick it off. Jeremy Shelley was the starting kicker on back-to-back national championship teams. He has 3 national championship rings. Back over in Tuscaloosa, where they're having a parade led by Nick Saban today to honor those national champs, and we're underway. Here's the Clemson wide receiver, Jerron Brown, from his own end zone, takes it up to the 26-yard line, and that's where the Stars in their white uniforms will start. And here are a few of those special rules for this all-star game here, Corey.
Yeah, I think one of the things that you really like is the fact that there can't be any 4 wide receiver sets. So ultimately, you're going to get that single high safety look, and it'll give some of these tight ends an opportunity to win some one-on-one matchups as well.
Tino Sinceri, a great Pitt quarterback, 6'2", 215-pounder, gets the nod, and he'll get it out of a little pistol look to start things off and swings it out to Rashawn Ely, the running back from Jacksonville State, with the first reception of this game, going up against a Stripes defense that must play by these rules.
Yeah, and the one thing we see, no blitzing allowed, and it's probably disappointing to me and you, 2 defensive players, but they ultimately want to see again what we talked about, not only for the offensive players, defensively, can you match up in space? Cover 3 and cover 1 man-free will give them an opportunity to see that, the NFL scouts.
Ely remains the back right behind Sinceri. Play action to him, and they'll bring it around. B.J. Stewart, who has had an outstanding week. A lot of the coaches high on the former wrestler at Cumberland College, had a first down and a whole lot more. All he has to do is hang on to it.
Well, that's kind of been the problem a little bit for me watching him during the week. I thought he left some passes on the ground. I think the thing that you talked about is right on point, though. When you look at his size, it's been 6'3", 259 pounds, 34-inch arms. He has a chance.
And a lot of time wrestlers have the cauliflower ear. There it was cauliflower hands.
Talk a little broccoli.
Chopping broccoli up here with Corey Chavis. 3rd down and 3, and putting his head down and looks to power forward, Ely. And the chains will move. 1st down.
What a story Ely's been. Came from Georgia, had some problems, and was able to move on to Jacksonville State, and he's had a good week. I think he's a player that's a little bit bigger than some people may have anticipated even when he got here, 210 pounds, runs behind his pads with the base.
So 1st down for the Stars. They'll keep it going. Now 2 backs flank Sinceri. It's Bartholomew from Tennessee, the fullback, and Ontario McCaleb. Boy, as he popped immediately right back there, Michael Brooks, the defensive tackle from East Carolina.
cannot be surprised that Michael Brooks did that on that play, James. All week long, you saw it, him shooting gaps, the one-gap penetration. He also has very heavy hands, an active penetrator for East Carolina. Had 76 tackles 2 years ago. What a player he was again this year.
Now, we did say there's no blitzing in this game, but when they make it simple for you, you got to block the guy across from you in the red jersey. So a loss there of about 5 yards, and it's 2nd down and 15. And Sunseri wants to talk it over with the Stars coaching staff. Early on here in Montgomery on CBS Sports Network, it's the Raycom College All-Star Classic.
75 years of NCAA March Madness presented by Enterprise. Headlined by Jerry Lucas, the 1959-1960 Ohio State Buckeyes relied heavily on a group of super sophomores during their NCAA title game against Cal. The Buckeyes won their only national championship in men's basketball, hitting 15 of their first 16 shots en route to their 20-point win over the Golden Bears. Go to ncaa.com/March Madness and vote for the all-time March Madness players, teams, and moments.
Whether it's mom's smartphone, dad's tablet, Lauren's smartphone, or Kevin's smartphone, AT&T makes it affordable for the whole family to share data on all their devices. With AT&T Mobile Share, you can add a tablet for $10 a month. AT&T. Rethink possible.
Excuse me, sir. I'm gonna have to ask you to power down your little word game.
I think your friends will understand.
Oh, no, it's actually my Geico app. See? I just paid my bill.
Did you really?
From the plane?
Yeah, I can manage my policy, get roadside assistance, you know, pretty much access Geico 24/7.
Sounds a little too good to be true, sir.
I'll believe that when pigs fly.
Okay, did she seriously just say that?
Geico. Just a click away with our free mobile app.
Don't miss Alaska take on Notre Dame tonight at 7, only on CBS Sports Network. Buckle up for the PBR Built Ford Tough Series, Sunday at 8, only on CBS Sports Network. Raycom College Football All-Star Classic on CBS Sports Network is being brought to you by Russell Athletic, who reminds you that together we are. By Allstate. Get Allstate for the coverage you need and all the discounts you deserve. Call an Allstate agent. Are you in good hands? And by Raycom Media. Raycom Media is proud to support the talented athletes participating in today's game.
And back at the Crampton Bowl here in Montgomery, Alabama. Early on in the inaugural Raycom College Football All-Star Classic, Sunseri needed a timeout. And right out of it, they draw one up, throws it right behind the intended target. That's B.J. Stewart, the tight end, one more time. This time, not so much his fault. Kind of off the target for a guy who's had an outstanding week of practice.
Yeah, Sunseri, he makes quick decisions. You see it definitely behind him there. And sometimes you're too quick. And he looks like he's kind of pointing out, he wanted him to keep it going vertical right there. He broke it in, so some miscommunication early also resulted in a timeout we saw a minute ago, which you wouldn't expect. So somebody has to get on the same page on this team early.
Brings up a 3rd down and 15. Derek Washington the back, and throwing it his direction is Sunseri. He was covered, just throwing that one away, and out will come the punt team for the Stars. They get 1 first down, but then they're shut down by that defense wearing the red uniforms, the stripes. Ian Campbell, the UTEP minor, to punt it away to the Michigan Wolverine, Roy Roundtree. He gets a nice one off him from his own 19-yard line. Roundtree will take it up near the 30. And it'll be our first look at that offense in the red. The stripes. There is a flag down on the field over on the far sideline.
Give a little credit to Ray Polk. He got down there on the punt cover team. And that's what you have
Number 24, the receiving team. 10-yard penalty from the end of the kick. First down.
And that's on Jeremy Reeves, the defensive back from Iowa State, so they'll back it up before they get going. A tackle right there, right in the middle of the field. Nowhere to hide there, Jeremy.
Yeah, they're like Prentice Wagner had a step, and he said, no way, he going down.
So under center, Robert Marv, the Purdue Boilermaker, will start things off. Offset eye behind him. Breitenstein, the fullback, will lead the way and block for Perry Jones. Perry Jones, the tailback from Virginia. I'm sorry, that's G.G. Green, the spark plug from Navy. What an outstanding career he had for the midshipmen. 38 straight starts, and he'll get the first carry and the start here today.
Yeah, really had a good week of practice. He showed the explosiveness that we'll get into a little bit later. And that's what he brings to the table, even though he's not very big, only 5'7", 182 pounds.
He's from Columbia, South Carolina. Went back home to play the Gamecocks in his career. Here's a play action pass, selling it hard as Marv, and he connects down near the 40-yard line. That's Kelly Johnson, the tight end from Alabama, with his first reception.
Yeah, right here, what they're doing pretty much is kind of throwing a boot throwback. Well, not even a boot. It has the boot throwback action. It's an excellent job by Marv, staying in the pocket, setting his feet, and showing off that impressive arm. And amazing to see him throwing the football with the torn ACL out here today. He's had 3 of them in his career and playing with one right now.
Johnson played a lot of fullback, a key special teams player the last few years there at the University of Alabama for Nick Saban. And there's Marv, originally signed with the Miami Hurricanes, had 11 starts back in 2008 before transferring.
And there's some teams that'll probably medically red flag Marv, but and that would enable, really not even allow him to get into a camp perhaps. But I think if you look at his body of work this year, he's proven that he took the next step as a player, even with the injury.
Well, he certainly picked the right number. Dan Reeves told us last night he put 3 numbers in a hat and let the quarterbacks draw. That's how he decided his starter. 1 for 1, now 2 for 2. Good job by Green to go back and get it and then turn it upfield. A little bit hard and behind the Navy running back, but he makes something out of it.
You know, these are the types of throws that they're evaluating. He goes through his progressions, and then he goes to his right, and it's just a little bit behind, as you mentioned. And there was actually a pretty good job that time coming up by William Buford and making an outstanding open field tackle against a player who's shifty and can break you down in space.
Was it Brock Marion like? You guys had that big discussion of those Miami Dolphins last night. You and
it was close. I like to see a little bit of rap.
Here's another play pass, and the boot, everybody covered down the field, so Marv will take advantage. Nobody left for the quarterback, and with the legs, an easy first down, sliding across the 40-yard line.
Pretty good, I have to say, in the backfield, ball handling, but what I'm most amazed about, he's doing this with the torn ACL. And anytime you have a player with that type of toughness, that also has to be a check mark when you're scouting him.
So stripes across midfield, a little pistol look of their own. Still Green at the tailback spot. And a draw to him. Good job, Shaq Wilson leading the charge, the linebacker from the University of South Carolina.
Couple of reasons why this works. Take a look at Chris Jones right there. He occupies 2 men. That allows Shaq to come in, and Griffin doesn't make the cutoff block. Ultimately, when you're a linebacker, when you see it and you know this, what do you have to do, JB?
You got to step up and make it. You got to react, don't you? And that's exactly what he did there. And you know what was interesting in our sit down with him last night is the praise that he had for Ellis Johnson. And, you know, it's just a great defensive mind, defensive coach, and the residual effect's still there. It wasn't the best of runs, of course, at Southern Miss, the one and done, but all the respect in the world for his former defensive coordinator, and very shifty again after the catch. Here's a nice pickup by Gigi Green. Jonathan Meeks over to get him.
And then I want to point out one of your old school Florida. We're going to talk about one of their players on that last play. I was watching Omar Hunter. It's 317 pounds. As a defensive tackle, scouts are looking for you to retrack your steps. He also got in on that play. When you watch him on film, he's a player that plays with pretty good effort.
Big Omar, a Georgia guy, went down to play for then Urban Meyer and the Florida Gators. Pretty good run this year. Millville Muschamp and company out of the backfield. A lot of eyes on this guy, Eric Breitenstein, the running back from Wofford. Tough guy. Where does he fit, Corey, into an NFL-type system?
Well, I think he's going to fit just like that. They're pretty much the full flow play action. He's going to the flats. You've seen the wing tee, him catching it on the perimeter. You've seen the fullback dive, the speed. Ran for over 100 yards against South Carolina this year, 125 yards. This is a player that will not only get into camp, has an outside shot maybe of even getting drafted.
The FCS running back of the year, averaging over 150 yards a game. And Breitenstein will take a breather, and to the ground we go. And new running back is Michael Hill from Missouri Western. And as this week went on, of course, like any other football practice, any other football game, you're going to have a few guys, unfortunately, that get nicked up. And guys like Michael Hill will be brought in late, and that's got to be even tougher for a guy to learn on the fly and try to come in and contribute.
It really is, JB, and I think ultimately what you have to do is you have to listen really well in the meetings, because they have a lot of meetings at these games. It's a professional atmosphere when you're in these games.
Johnson lined up the offset fullback. They'll roll it back this way, and there's the nice big body of Jerry Johnson walling off the defensive back right near the goal line for a first down, and knocking at the door right now, the Stripes.
Well, we talked about the bootleg action, and that's an NFL principle. You're going to have more movement. Can you throw on the run? He was accurate there, led him out in front to allow that big body to get in front of Jonathan Meeks.
Jerry Johnson, 6'3", 211 pounds from UCLA. Only one touchdown catch this year. Almost had it right there. But instead it'll be first and goal, and coming flying through there. Careful on the celebration. Almost got in on the second effort. The defender was Marvin Burdett, the UAB linebacker, but he didn't wrap up, and Green almost snuck across the goal line.
Yeah, that's one of the few times you won't see him wrap up. But the one thing you will see him do, if there's meat, he's trying to eat. And I tell you, when you look at, well, we'll see if there's a review. We've got our guy Bruce in the. We hope Marvin got a chance to keep that tackle. Oh, Bruce might be right.
No reviews. Remember,
okay.
no
Number
reviews
73 offense, 5-yard penalty, second down.
Well, that's not what you wanted. The tackle there, Martin Wallace, out of Temple, taking it backwards, so it'll be second down and goal now from the 6-yard line. Good looking shot right there of the field here at the Crampton Bowl. And Montgomery, Alabama, the capital of dreams, they like to call it. And a lot of guys trying to take their dreams one step further, a chance in the NFL with a good performance here today. And there's G.G. Green one more time, wrapped up immediately. It'll be 3rd down and 4. Goal to go. Coach Dan Reeves worked with those quarterbacks like John Rick, friend of the family, the Rick family, yes. Mark's son, John Rick, played at Mars Hill over there with him, Robert Marv. And James Vanderberg, the quarterbacks here today. It's been all Marv on this opening drive, and it's been a good-looking one. Can they cap it off with a touchdown? The pressure around him, he throws it hard, and behind the intended receiver, it was Roy Roundtree. Pass was intended for Vernon Kearney out of Lane College on the coverage.
Real tough to get the ball around Kearney. 6'1", 173 pounds, but he has 33-inch arms. And anytime you have that type of, really just anytime you have that type of length, you can affect passes, even if you're not in perfect coverage, that could entice some NFL teams.
Here's the former LSU Tiger, Drew Allamont. And we have our first points today, courtesy of Drew Allamont. 3-0. The Stripes lead. We'll be right back to Montgomery after this.
Where do you turn for legal matters? Maybe you want to incorporate a business or protect your family with a will or living trust, and you'd like the help of an attorney. At LegalZoom, a legal plan attorney is available in most states with every personalized document to answer questions. Get started at LegalZoom.com today, and now you're protected.
Oh, beautiful, for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountain majesty, above the fruited God shed His grace on me, and crown Thy good with other, from sea to shining sea, from sea to shining.
And welcome back to the Crampton Bowl in Montgomery, Alabama. Along with Lauren Gardner, Corey Chavis, I'm James Bates. Glad you're with us today. Beautiful Saturday afternoon here in Montgomery for the inaugural Raycom College Football All-Star Classic. Former LSU Tiger kicker Drew Allamont just put one through to get our first points on the board, and it's 3-0 early. Second offensive possession coming up for the Stars. It's the Stars and the Stripes. The Stars in all white, the Stripes in red here today. I would say all red, but just now noticing, Corey, some of them have white pants, some of them have blue pants. Oh, it's the back half is what it is.
Right.
And here comes McCaleb, Ontario McCaleb. The former Auburn Tiger takes it up near the 30-yard line, and that's where the Stars will start when we return to Montgomery.
We didn't always watch football at Buffalo Wild Wings. Let's do this.
Protect the football. Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beer, sports.
Excuse me, sir. I'm gonna have to ask you to power down your little word game.
I think your friends will understand.
Oh, no, it's actually my Geico app. See? I just paid my bill.
Did you really?
From the plane.
Yeah, I can manage my policy, get roadside assistance, you know, pretty much access Geico 24/7.
Sounds a little too good to be true, sir.
I'll believe that when pigs fly.
Okay, did she seriously just say that?
Geico. Just a click away with our free mobile app.
There are a few who move toward the sounds of chaos. Forged in the crucible of training, they are the first to move toward the sounds of tyranny, injustice, and despair. They are the few, the proud, the Marines.
Let's talk truth. When buying a car, we all want a great deal. Yet it's possible you could pay thousands more for the same car as your neighbor. That's why TrueCar provides upfront pricing information and a network of TrueCar certified dealers that guarantee savings without negotiation. Now, if someone paid too much for their car, well, it won't be you. So, when buying a car, get guaranteed savings. Visit TrueCar.com.
Well, welcome back to Montgomery, everybody, where we've got young men gathered from North California to South Alabama, little towns all across this land for the inaugural Raycom College Football All-Star Classic. The Stars and the Stripes on a beautiful afternoon here in Montgomery, and it's Tino Sunseri one more time to lead the charge. One of three quarterbacks on this team, three on each team. And the running back remains. Ely puts his foot in the dirt and gets outside, outracing everybody to the edge, and he will have a first down on first down, finally dropped by Cameron Cheatham, the defensive back from Cincinnati.
One of the strengths in Ely's game is you see the team running the pistol right there. A little new NFL concept. Teams in the NFL now running the pistol. He has good vision, found the cutback lane there, and again, making a play.
So fresh set of downs for Sunseri, and he throws it out to Brown. Jerron Brown has the reception and a first down. Jory Johnson, the UConn linebacker, on the stop. But across midfield for the first time today, the guys in white.
Ain't getting his chance to see Sunseri right there. I like the way he brought the ball back down and got it back out quickly. He's a player to me that has a lot of experience in the pro-style attack. That's where he's at his best.
Here's Derek Washington, the big back from Tuskegee. Right up the road, about 30 minutes away. Justin Green drops him. Another first down.
Well, automatically, you're looking inside, and there's some outstanding blocking going on. Give Mike Golick Jr. some credit over there on that right side. He was able to cut off that block. And the one thing about Washington at 230 pounds, he can get downhill in a hurry and run behind his badge.
Washington from Raymore, Maryland, remains in, gets the ball one more time. This time he's met immediately by the Oregon Duck, Isaac Remington.
Kind of what Remington is, a stack and shed player. You see him taking his helmet off there. Guess he got to stack his hair back underneath the helmet, but he's a 5 technique, I think, James, and maybe we'll take a little quick peek at him on this next play.
Let's do it. You know, you think Isaac went into the locker room, the equipment room there in Eugene, and it was a tough decision which of the 25 helmets he would bring. So many choices. Here's a boot for the Stars. Good coverage down the field to find the tight end. That was Kenoris Davis, the linebacker from Troy. And firing it in there, and again a ball that probably should have been caught.
Yeah, you make an outstanding point again, JB. And look at the way he was able to get rid of that ball on the run against his body, rolling to his left. I think that was an impressive throw, a very impressive close by Davis, who has 4.42 speed at 210 pounds.
Tino Sunseri, of course, played his ball at Pittsburgh. His father was the defensive coordinator for the Tennessee Vols last year. And his brother Vinny, a great safety for the national champs, the Crimson Tide, lobs this one up to the corner. And Jerron Brown was there. He maybe had one, but definitely didn't have two. And that's what you have to have with the NFL rules here. And it's called incomplete. Cameron Cheatham on the coverage.
He has good body control. You see Cheatham right there, and I'm not sure that he didn't get that second foot down. So unfortunately for Brown, there's no instant replay, and now we've got Barth coming on for the field goal, Casey Barth. And I'm gonna tell you something too, Jay. This is right on the cusp of his range all week. I thought right about here, about 44, right here, it looks like this is about a 47-yard field goal. This is right on the cusp of his range.
Dax Dellenbach, the deep snapper, and Barth puts it up. Well, just like you said, it looked like it had just about the distance, but it's wide. So nothing to show for a good-looking second drive for the Stars. We'll keep it right there at 3-0. 26 seconds left here in the first quarter.
Hey, I'm Benji Pope of Marguerite's Exquisite Jewelry. Diamonds are what we are best at. Marguerite's has cut, sold, and traded diamonds internationally for over 3 generations. Marguerite sells GI certified diamonds and ideal cut diamonds. Marguerite beats any store or internet site worldwide, period. Call Marguerite's to allow us to assist you with your diamond needs at 334-502-9999. Thank you, we appreciate your business. Ask for Benji and enjoy the game. And come see us at www.marguerites.com.
Who would have thought of Philly steak grilled cheese?
That's right, it's business class of grilled cheese.
Oh, yeah. Get comfy if you're gonna do that.
Yeah, I'm just gonna, whoop, that's too much.
Upgrade with the all-new Ultimate Grilled Cheese Sandwiches. This is how you Sonic.
Weather conditions aren't nearly as nice as where we came from. With the wind chill, it's 10 below. Flight attendants prepare for it.
We have record lows out there, so bundle up and thank you for flying with us.
Now with My Buick Remote Start, the new Buick Enclave makes sure you're ready for anything. Just one more way, the new Enclave is smart, made beautiful.
Help kick off the Pepsi Super Bowl 47 halftime show. Submit your picture, and millions of people could see you welcome Beyonce in the world's first crowdsourced halftime intro. Upload your photo at Pepsi.com.
This whole world was once a vision in the mind of Jeremy Tabor. Then he studied animation and turned it into a reality. With guidance, he learned skills like 3D lighting and storyboarding. Without that first step, this wouldn't exist, and I would not be the undisputed commander of the Orc Army.
Bring your ideas to life in media arts. With an Art Institute's education, imagine what you could create.
And welcome back to the Crampton Bowl. The Stripes up 3-0 over the Stars, and it's been a really fun week here for all of our athletes here in Montgomery, Alabama. And I asked them if there was anything fun they were able to do in order to bond during their practices, and obviously had a lot of off time. They actually traded all of their different gear. So as we know, Bama was probably in high demand. They were trading pins, different shorts. We had a good time, and I tried getting some stuff, guys. They weren't giving me anything. Did you guys get anything?
We had a couple of hats, but I think they got stolen in our meeting by the crew last night, Lauren. And, you know, it's funny because, yeah, a lot of people wanted a piece of that national title. They wanted some Alabama gear. But when it comes to trading the stickers on the helmet, Corey, here's a number. You know, not a lot of flash there for those guys.
I tell you what, when I came out, nobody wanted the Vanderbilt sticker. I don't get it.
Hey, you know what? They wanted yours.
Wow, maybe he's doing that for a friend.
Yeah, Kelly's got the. Well, you know what? Hey, Lauren, we've got an assignment for you, Lauren. What is the 31 and the 12 there on Kelly Johnson for us? Was that his number? And that's his number. That's that simple. So, Lauren, you're off the hook. And they're off the hook in the first quarter. We'll be back for quarter number 2 after this.
People really love Snapshot from Progressive. But don't just listen to me. Listen to these happy Progressive customers.
I plugged in Snapshot, and 30 days later, I was saving big on car insurance.
With Snapshot, I knew what I could save before I switched to Progressive.
The better I drive, the more I save.
I wish our company had something this cool. You're not filming this, are you?
Aw, camera shy. Snapshot from Progressive.
Test drive Snapshot before you switch. Visit Progressive.com today.
Your wallet can't email you to say it's been stolen. Your bank statement won't call when it falls into the wrong hands. But if someone opens a credit card in your name, Credit Karma can send you an alert for free. Download the free app from Credit Karma and know when your credit's been compromised so you can act quickly and fix it. No matter where you are, Credit Karma works hard to protect your credit. Get your free credit score today from creditkarma.com.
As a child, Leroy Homer dreamed of flying a plane. He gave his life on September 11th as first officer of hijacked Flight 93 that crashed in a Pennsylvania field. For his heroic actions, he was made an honorary member of the Tuskegee Airmen and received the Congressional Gold Medal. His love of flying lives on through the Leroy Homer Foundation, which dedicates itself to supporting children's dreams to fly. Help turn these dreams into reality. Learn more at LeroyHomer.org. CBS Cares.
Wind blowing on my face, sidewalk flying beneath my bike. A 5-year-old's first taste of what freedom's really like. You can let go now, Daddy. You can let go. Your little girl is ready to do this on my own. It's gonna be a little bit scary, but I want you to know I'll be okay now, Daddy.
Everlasting love. Pass it on.
You can let go.
A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. You know, but it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, you know, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello? That's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
For over 60 years, it was blue-gray time around here in Montgomery. Then 10 years of a hiatus of postseason play, and boy, they're back with a bang. These fans come out and support here today. A beautiful afternoon in Montgomery at the Crampton Bowl. The first of many Raycom College Football All-Star Classics, and right to the ground goes the red. And a nice-looking run by Michael Hill out of Missouri Western on first down. There's the Crampton Bowl. Over the last 3 or 4 years, it's undergone great renovations. Opened in 1922. Babe Ruth actually hit a home run in what was then a baseball stadium at one time. Bear Bryant played a football game here and coached one as a University of Kentucky head coach. So a lot of tradition, both on and off the gridiron here in Montgomery. Chancey Nagayeri giving chase there to the running back. Finally getting him was Alex Means, the linebacker, along with Kenny Tate. And there's Michael Hill, the 5'11", 205-pounder out of St. Joseph, Missouri.
Good football player. Had a chance to watch him on tape. A lot of zone slants from their scheme from an offset shotgun position at Missouri Western State. You see him having some success on the zone running scheme early in this game.
High backs behind Marv. A little trouble with the snap. He's got it now, and he's also got plenty of time. He'll pump and go. And ball on the ground. Gilbert Pena. was there to run him down, force the fumble, and the Air Force linebacker, Alex Means, there to recover it, and it belongs to the Stars.
When you see him in the pocket right there, he actually had Ryan Griffin, number 94, open on a dig route. Also, you see number 43, Mr. Davis from Elizabeth City State in there as well. But it's a good job by Pena, I believe, of being able to get off a block. And again, we talk about retracking your steps. That's what the scouts want to see.
Well, Pena from Yonkers, New York, all the way down. Talk about a fish out of water. Found his way all the way down to Oxford and played on an Ole Miss defense. It was a big, big part of that defensive line that led the SEC in sacks and tackles for loss with almost 8 a game. One of the best in the country, the 317-pounder. Boy, those guys are hard to come by. Guys like Pena and T.J. Barnes. You mentioned Omar Hunter earlier. If you're big and you can move like we just saw Pena do, they want you.
Yeah, you know, sometimes he's been eating a little bit. He's been eating a little bit. He's gained 17 pounds since the end of the season. So, you know, to be able to still move, as you mentioned, even with more weight than he had during the season, pretty amazing.
You should share a little bit with Maynard. Zach Maynard, the quarterback here from Cal. He hands off, and again, Ely making a little something out of nothing. Looked to be stopped for a loss. Instead, he'll gain a couple. Nigel Nicholas, the Oklahoma State Cowboy, finally there to get him.
Well, this is nothing more than a draw, one-back draw. Oh, let me give you a leg and take it back, Mr. Dow. Dial it up, AT&T. And then he cuts back again in the open field. Guys having a problem getting him on the ground. And I like the way he's running earlier in this game.
Here's a pistol look. Very tough for those linebackers to see past that quarterback, the initial step of the back again. Making a guy freeze on the edge, Corey. Back-to-back plays where he is, these guys, you know, and these are guys too, especially go back to the last play. Quentin Dial is used to running down the fastest in the nation, but bad angles.
Bad angles, and I think it's a pretty good job by Stewart right there with a block. We want to give him some credit with that length we talked about earlier. But ultimately, Seth Thomas makes a good tackle, and I like Dow retracking again, getting out there. But Ely, a former starter at Georgia, a player who, to me, probably would still be playing there even with those backs that they have that are supremely talented at Georgia.
How about the October that was Sean Ely had for his Jacksonville State team? He went 149 against Eastern Illinois.
False start, number 62, offense, 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
108 yards against Tennessee State and 146 against Missouri State. In his career, almost 2,000 yards.
Yeah, some of those things we talked about there, me and you've been talking about it all day. He has vision. You've seen the vision to cut back and press that edge. If you're a little bit uneven in terms of your contain as a defensive end, he'll attack.
Back offset now is Washington coming out firing and popped immediately. Great job of breaking on the ball there by the defensive back. And that's Ryan Travis from Tulane.
I think that goes back to what you talked about earlier. What happens when you show up late? Will you pull the trigger? Here's a slant route. I see it. I believe it. 3-step read. Bam! I'm here. And I'm going against Tennessee Martin, who's 6'3", 206, and I'm making a statement. Ryan Travis is a pretty good football player. I've seen him do it on the big stages.
Here's Ian Campbell. One more time to punt it away to Roundtree. And a short punt, but it'll take one heck of a roll. Got one of those West Texas winds behind it like he's used to over in El Paso. Ball belongs to the Stars when we come back to Montgomery.
If you're addicted to Big Bass or dream of monster bugs, then you need to grab your gear and get to Alabama.
I'm Jackie Bushman.
And I'm Ray Scott.
And we're here to tell you that the Black Belt region of Alabama is a hunter's paradise.
And the fishing is world class.
So put this on your bucket list, then go to AlabamaBlackBeltAdventures.com.
And when you get to one of those more than 50 lodges we have, tell them that Ray and Jackie sent you.
We didn't always watch football at Buffalo Wild Wings.
It's so great to see you guys outside the office.
So you brew your own beer?
Yeah, for you, bratwurst beer, and this one's a secret. Drink up. This one's ready in 2 minutes.
Protect the football. Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beer, sports.
Let's talk truth. When buying a car, there is one essential question. What should I pay? The problem is that pricing information is everywhere and from more sources than you can possibly study. That's why TrueCar collects it and analyzes all of it, so you can recognize a fair price. Then, TrueCar partnered with thousands of trusted dealers that offer guaranteed savings without negotiation. So when buying a car, get guaranteed savings. Visit TrueCar.com.
And now, another adventure with Savings Man.
Look, honey, the neighbors just bought a big screen TV.
Hey, I just got a bonus at work. Maybe we should get one too.
Hold on there.
Savings Man.
Using your bonus to secure your future by paying down debt or saving is a better way to go.
Well, I declare you're right, Savings Man.
Stay ahead by choosing to save. And don't worry about keeping up with the Joneses.
But their name is Johnson.
For more tips and tools, visit choosetosave.org today.
Look at James Bates, your father over there. I think he's about to get you, Dan. He's going to dial up a blitz. One of the best defensive coordinators in the NFL for oh so long. What respect to have for him. Just seeing the stuff he did on film. Wish I could have played for him.
Corey, I appreciate that. He does as well. It made his night last night. We were talking about those old Miami Dolphin defenses. Sam Madison, Pat Surtain, Brock Marion, Zach Taylor, and Jason Taylor rather, and Zach Thomas. Zach Thomas is a perfect example when you look at some of these undersized linebackers in these games. And there's John Rick, the new quarterback for the Stripes. Mars Hill College out of Watkinsville, Georgia. And, well, you don't see that last name very often. And yes, he is the son of Georgia head coach Mark Richt. He started his college ball out at Clemson, not too far from home, before transferring. Good looking ball thrown there on the spot, and a good job recovering by Lee. Well, a beautifully thrown football right where it needed to be, but the Alabama State player there to break it up.
Yeah, and he got better as the week went on. Uneven in his technique early in the week, Shad Lee. And as the week went on, you saw him doing just that, turning his head back to find the football down the field. Moving back to Rick, though, that throw is the same way he played all week. He played fast. I like the way he made quick decisions. I thought he may have been the best quarterback here this week.
Time there again. Very strong arm showing off. This time it is complete, and the chains will move. Third down and long. Josh Jarbo, the Arkansas State receiver, has the reception. Nice gain and a first down.
Running the curl route right there. And really right here, he's a player that has a little bit of stiffness, but you see he does have the size and the frame, and he's able to get out right there. When he came out of high school now, there was Julio Jones, and there was A.J. Green, and then there was Josh Jarbo. And maybe we'll get into that circuitous route to this All-Star game in a couple of colleges along the way.
High backs in the play action this time for Rick. Throws that one out of bounds to bring up a second down and 10. There are some of the strengths and weaknesses of perhaps your favorite quarterback here this week.
Well, I just thought he had good field vision, plays fast. When I say he needs to work on his feet, sometimes his feet do not accompany his upper body or his upper half when he's throwing, leads to inaccuracy. During the season, just under 52%. Some of that had to do with some drops. But I do think there are times, particularly throwing to his left, where he could get a little bit more accurate in terms of his body being in unison.
So here's 2nd down and 10. Michael Hill, the lone back. And they'll stretch it with him. A good block on the edge by Kelly Johnson. Alex Means on the tackle. It is close to a 1st down. All right, Mr. Draft Nasty. Corey Chavis for 17 years has broken down and dissected this NFL draft, and they're doing it on draftnasty.com. Your top quarterbacks, and an interesting collection. You know, you've got very different types, but so goes the NFL these days.
It really does. I mean, when you look at Tyler Wilson, had the concussion everybody knew in the middle of the season. Geno Smith started out so fast, he faded, and we're going to have to go to a break. But we'll get back to it.
We absolutely will. Yeah, I'd like to ask you a little bit more about Tyler Wilson, because there were some questions from the leadership.
Where do you turn for legal matters? Maybe you want to incorporate a business or protect your family with a will or living trust, and you'd like the help of an attorney. At LegalZoom, a legal plan attorney is available in most states with every personalized document to answer questions. Get started at LegalZoom.com today, and now you're protected.
She stands in the face of evil and will not lose hope or faith. America, the land of freedom, is still the home of the brave. So raise the banner, call no glory. Let us join our fellow man. History will write the story. America will always stand. History will write the story. America will always stand.
And welcome back. Troy University's band, the Sound of the South, here providing the tunes and providing a show on the field right now. These players, the Stripes, led by quarterback John Rick right now, looking good on this drive while keeping the legs turning. Michael Hill, after the pop, he's going to break it open, and a chance at the corner, knocked out of bounds just before he gets there. Michael Hill out of Missouri Western State, refusing to go down on the initial lick.
Michael Hill doing it for real, and a great job, really job by Martin Wallace over there on that right side. And then you see a little bit of burst and juice from Hill. I tell you what, we've talked about vision all day, and you also see some contact balance on that play.
That was Darren Bates, who delivered the hit but didn't wrap up. Again hit in the backfield, and again it's the second effort. This time it's across the goal line and a touchdown for the Stripes. So a drive that started with the hard throwing John Rick, capped off with the hard running of Michael Hill. Came in here late this week after an injury, and Dan Reeves and his staff glad they did right now. The Red scoring the first touchdown of the day, and the extra point through by Shelley will make it 10-0. One of two guys here that have gone over 2,000 yards this season rushing.
And one thing you always want to see is you see Marvin Burdett, who we talked about as this was a big game for him, being one of the best linebackers during the week. Now you have to find a way to wrap up on the goal line. You have to find a way to get him down. And when you miss that tackle, that's when those size question marks come back into play. On the flip side, for Michael Hill, what you've seen so far is a player that has tremendous lower body strength. And you also saw that during the year. You're talking about somebody 2,168 yards, 7 yards a carry, 16 TDs.